From collegiate All-American and Olympic medalist to WNBA star, and today as the first female coach in NBA history, Becky Hammon's career has soared to the highest of highs. On October 29th at JBSA Randolph, Becky added another high to her stellar career by becoming a member of the 9G Club.
Well, obviously the first one where we just kind of shot straight up that force, and then he leveled it out. And on the way back, I was feeling a little sick, so I was like, let's just make this a smooth ride home. But turning, and then, we flew like this a little bit, and then, the way it handles is incredible.
Before her flight, Becky underwent a safety briefing, learning everything from how to breathe and bear down in your posture to prevent blacking out, to how to properly eject in the rocket-powered seats should something go wrong.
Communication is everything, and for them to just go down the checkpoints that they all have to go through every day. Like I said, we mess up, we give up a layup. They mess up, it could be catastrophic.
Don't fall asleep somewhere other than your bed or bedroom, because the goal is to associate your bed and bedroom with sleep, not some other location, such as your living room couch or the lazy boy my grandpa used to snore from all night. Like the first time I heard it, I was staying over in Nan and Grandpa's house. I was convinced there was like a bear in the living room. It had eaten Grandpa and was coming for us. Thankfully, the bear ran into those sheep. He totally took care of it. Fourth, finally, keep a fixed wake time every morning, including, yes, weekends and holidays. A fixed wake time will reinforce your biological clock or circadian rhythm and allow you to build up your sleep drive on nights you have difficulty sleeping. All right, so are you ready for some scenarios? These will illustrate some of the questions you might have and break down some of the common myths about sleeping that you may encounter when trying to follow the instructions of stimulus control. Well, it is my bedtime, but I'm not tired yet. I suppose the best way to fall asleep is to get into bed anyway. It is my bedtime. This scenario presents a common myth about sleeping, that it's a good idea to get into bed if you're not sleepy. The truth is you should let yourself stay up a little longer and only go to bed when you actually feel like you'll fall asleep. Going to bed when you're not sleepy can lead to frustration as you lay in bed awake, which actually interferes with sleep. Everyone else is sleeping now. Losers. I hate them. I hate everybody. Oh look, Dawn. Once I'm in bed, I just lay there and can't seem to fall asleep. It's frustrating. I keep staring at the clock, but I continue to stay in bed. I'll fall asleep eventually, right? This is another myth. That staying in bed when you're unable to fall asleep is a good way to eventually fall asleep, but lying awake in bed trying to sleep, ironic, remember, will condition your brain to think that the bed is a place to be awake.
Came here from Lincoln, Nebraska, civilian contract primary flying school. I was a farm boy from the wheat fields of Kansas, so my folks drove me in here. I saw this big edifice. I said, well, how awesome can that be? We went on around to the cadet area back in the backside of the field here. I remember driving up in front of the cadet area one of the upperclassmen, I guess, came and opened the door, dragged me out, and got me up on the porch, and started telling me how to report. You knock on the stick 2 steps, and before we got that done, they'd taken us in and shaved off all our hair and put on new shoes. And so when I went to go in to report, my foot slipped and I got too close and hit the colonel's desk, or the major's desk. He says, "Son, what's the difference between the insignia on a major and a lieutenant colonel?" I said, "Sir, I don't know." He asked me a couple of other questions. I said, "Sir, I don't know." He says, "Son, you're going to have a hard time getting through here." And let me tell you, for the next 6 months, I didn't look right nor left. I just looked straight ahead.
I'm from the Philippines. I was born and raised there. I actually came here like 2011, and then I'm finally decided to join the military to actually follow the footsteps of my dad. When I moved here, I was living with my aunt, working at the Randolph Air Force Base before military at the food court. It was really a struggle because my second language is English. People can't understand me. My self-confidence is very low. There's a lot of people that I met who works in the military. They told me that try joining the Air Force. I talked to a recruiter and I found out that I can't actually go to BMT because I'm underweight. So I did lifting weights. I ate a lot of peanut butters. I did that for 9 months, and then I finally met the weight that I needed. BMT was the best experience for me because it helped me build myself, my self-confidence as well. I work at the finance from 502nd Comptroller. I want to be an officer. That's my main goal. I think the lesson that I learned is that don't let anybody push you down, and just believe in yourself.
First, let me say there's no job that's more important than the other United States Air Force. Every mission is critical, whether it's rated, non-rated, special tactics, combat rescue officer, ALO, they're all very critical to the mission. None are important than the other. I'll just tell you that being a special tactics officer is the path I chose. Yes, we do. In fact, special tactics integrate with Army Special Forces quite frequently, Navy SEALs, other special operations unit, but what makes them different is while the other special ops units are focused on the objective, as we are, our job is to integrate the air power, integrate air assets over that target, and integrate it with the ground scheme of maneuver. I don't think that phase 2 is that much different between Crow and Stowe. It may in fact be a little bit more water for Crow. I'm not certain about that. Either way, the standards are the same, so focus on being good at all. The running, the swimming, the calisthenics, the whole body, building yourself up. As far as cross-training later from ALO into special tactics, it's going to be based on timing. Is there availability? Will your career field functional allow you to go to selection and compete again? That's going to be the question. So if you want to be a special tactics officer, I'd recommend doing that.
We were out to rescue a team of Marines that were still taking fire, and when we were over the area to pick them up, the enemy started firing up at our helicopter. I tried for about 3.5 years to save the leg, 20 surgeries, and when the last one didn't work out, I made the decision to have the leg amputated above the knee, and haven't looked back since. I'm able to run, maybe not as pretty as I was before, but I'm able to at least get the job done running-wise, and like I said, other tasks, it's just finding a new way to get it done. I knew I wasn't done doing this job. I love doing it, so if I'm able to do it still and given the opportunity, then I want to continue. It's tough mentally and physically. The instructors here, they really take the students to not where they think they can go mentally. It's where the instructors know they're able to go mentally and see if the student will actually push through it or give up.
Let's go! Right now! Sit down for a second. Slow breathing, go, man. You need to engage.
I wouldn't want to do this job if I couldn't meet the same qualifications as everybody else, because that would put the people on my team at risk, and you're only as strong as your weakest member, and if I can't keep up with them, then that means they're carrying me, and that's not something that I want.
Preparing a last will and testament is one of the most important acts you can do for yourself and your loved ones. Wills are a cornerstone of estate planning. Putting your wishes on paper helps your family avoid unnecessary legal hassles. And you gain peace of mind knowing that in the event of your death, your life's possessions will go to those you treasure most. This video will explain what our office can do to help you prepare your last will and testament, and you'll learn how to complete 3 additional documents: a directive to physicians and family or surrogates, a statutory durable power of attorney, and a medical power of attorney. You'll understand why these documents are important to your family's well-being.
By tensing a muscle group, you will then allow it to relax more deeply when it's released. You'll be tensing and relaxing each large muscle group in a sequence. As you are tensing one muscle group, try and keep the rest of your body just limp and relaxed. And I should note that there should be very little physical strain while performing this technique, so be careful when tensing areas of your body that may have tenderness or pain. With each muscle group that you relax, notice the warm feeling left behind in your muscles and feel the tension and stress in your muscles flow out of you. Okay, so start by getting comfortable in a chair or on the floor. Uncross your arms and legs, and take a deep breath. Your legs should be slightly apart and your arms and hands gently resting on your thighs. Open your mouth and then close it, keeping your teeth slightly apart. Release the tension in your jaw. You can close your eyes or you can gaze at a single point in the distance. Let go of any thoughts or physical distractions you may be having and take 3 slow and deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and feel yourself sinking into your chair or the floor more and more with each breath.
Sleeping well is something a lot of people take for granted. Seems like a simple process, right? You put your head on the pillow and 8 hours later you open your eyes, right? Like a cartoon character, boing, good morning, you know, walking down the street. But for many people, like me, odds are, and for you too, probably it's not that simple. Good morning. When you break it down, sleep is a lot more complicated than any of us might think. So today we're going to learn about the neurobiology of sleep. It's science time, people. Contain your excitement, it's okay. What is sleep anyway? And more importantly, why do we as humans sleep? Like, what a pain, right? You know, 8 hours down for the count, but there's good reasons for it. And maybe knowing all this will help you get your head around the things you need to do to improve your sleep practices. Sleep is entered passively, you know, but it's actually an active state. Although the brain and body function differently when you're asleep compared to when you're awake, they remain active. The brain is not like a television that just shuts down when left idle or turned off. Even when you sleep, there's a lot of activity going on in your brain and body. I mean, if the brain is a TV, it's still on, like a staticky 80s TV, pulling in like poltergeists, like in that movie, you know, they're here. It's kind of scary though, sorry, I shouldn't have used that reference. It's okay, no ghosts here. There are likely many reasons why we sleep. First, beauty. You think looking as good as an accident or like special face creams? Beauty sleep, my friends. Just think of what I'd look like without it. Really, the main reason is that sleep improves brain function. Think of sleep as being of the brain, by the brain, and for the brain. Aha! See, Gettysburg Address reference. Nice. See, brain function made that happen, people. We're pretty smart up in here. You notice that your mind doesn't seem to function very well when you don't sleep? Even things that seem simple, like focusing on this video, can become difficult without adequate sleep. Hey! I'm interested, but they just said that it was okay, they weren't paying attention. You know, I'm trying really... You know, I don't appreciate it when... Okay, all right. Maybe we'll edit that.